Hey, everybody, welcome to Relationship Game Changers, where we talk about the truths and principles that transcend gender, race, economics, political party, religious affiliation, and any other thing that divides us as people, and particularly as Christian. Hey, if this interests you, and you would like this video or this topic, please hit like and also subscribe so that you'll know when we've posted another video or we have gone live. Well, today I just want to take a couple minutes and share with you the reason why negotiation and compromise rarely result in long-term behavioral changes in your spouse. It just won't work. And you can apply this truth to any relationship. However, just for sake of just narrowing it down, I'm going to talk about marriage. But again, the principle, the truths apply to every relationship in which you might be experiencing some conflict or discomfort or just a recurring argument or whatever it might be. Here's the deal. In marriage, husbands and wives don't argue over 100 things. There's not 100 things even to fight about. There might be a lot of triggers. There might be a lot of things that get the argument or the conflict started, but that's not the conflict. It's just like pressing your spouse's button and sending them into a whirly bird. Well, pressing the button isn't the problem. What happens as a result of pressing the button is the problem. So the trigger is the button. It's the thing that gets the argument or the conflict started in your marriage relationship. So you might have many triggers, but you only have 1 to 3 core issues of conflict. It could be the husband or wife that it triggers I'm talking about. It could be the husband or wife that doesn't finish what they start. They might be initially agreeable, but then they don't follow through. They might make excuses. They might put it off. They just have 100 reasons why something couldn't get done. It could be taking out the trash. It could be cleaning up after a meal. It could be making a bed or paying the bills or completing a repair on the house. It could be anything. All of these are triggers. They get the conflict started. Or it could be the husband or wife who finishes everything they start. They're not only agreeable, but they follow through to the end. They don't quit. These are the diehards. They finish with precision and with accuracy. It could be taking out the trash. It could be cleaning up after a meal, making the bed, paying the bill, a repair on the house. It could become, anything. Again, same triggers producing a different response. And it's the response that brings us into conflict, not the trigger. And so the same triggers can produce different responses in a husband or wife. Which brings me to the second reason why I believe, or the next reason, or the reason why negotiation and compromise rarely result in long-term behavioral changes in the marriage relationship. Again, you can apply what I'm saying to every relationship of significance to you. Here's the deal. The core issues of conflict that are exposed when we argue or when we're triggered are related to our character or the need for character development. And there are 3 areas that our character revolves around. There are 3 areas that we tend to need development in. So those 3 core issues are tied generally to 1 or 3 of these things. And they are the need for acceptance, the need for autonomy, and the need to be able to respond to authority. So the need to be able to be responsive as in acceptance, to receive acceptance, or it could be a need for autonomy or to take responsibility, or it could be a need to either yield to authority or take authority. But these 3 things are generally in play when a husband or wife enter into conflict after they've been triggered. The need for acceptance, the need for autonomy, or the need to resolve or the need to respond to authority. So conflict reveals the need to where we need to grow in these areas, and it presents the opportunity for us to do so. And when we don't, then we'll get recurring conflict. So if I am if I am continually responding the same way to the triggers, I'm going to get the same outcome. And what that will result in is a recurring conflict or a recurring argument. Here's the deal with character. God set the plumb line for character. He decided what makes for good and godly character. He's not compromising. It's not negotiation. It is what it is. And Jesus Christ is the manifestation of the character of God that he is seated in us and wants to express through us. That character doesn't change. That character transcends your gender. That character transcends your race. It transcends your economics, your political affiliation, and your denomination. And again, any other thing that divides us as Christian, our character is supposed to transcend that. And God himself, God alone, decided what characters and character traits would be consistent with who he is. Romans 12:1-2 says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of our mind, that we can prove what is the good, the acceptable, and perfect will of God. Therefore, conflict is God's request for something you and I have so that he can manifest more of his character in you. So why would God negotiate on who he is? Oh my gosh. So when you and I try to employ humanistic strategies and interventions to try and resolve conflict that's related to our character, please understand it inevitably will fail. So in the kingdom, character is non-negotiable. It transcends your position. It transcends your title. It transcends your resources. It transcends everything you and I are, and will be evaluated not on how big our businesses are, how big our ministries, how far our reach, but will be evaluated on whether we are receiving and manifesting the character of Jesus Christ. And so, husbands and wives, if you hope to resolve the recurring conflict, if you desire to end the same argument on a different day, if you desire for real solution, then you'll have to identify and own the character that God wants to develop in you. Receive it, let him develop it in you, and that will bring an end to the conflict in your relationship. I'd love to help you do that. Hey, if you go to More Mentoring, MOORE, mentoring.com, I'd love to walk this out with you. Hey, or just leave me a comment and let's get started and make this journey in 2022 a real and lasting one where you improve the quality of your relationships. Hey guys, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to listen. Share this, like it, subscribe. You know what to do. Thanks again so much for your time.